Hi, my name's James-Giulio and I'm going to be doing my marketing assignment on the marketing orientation of Nike. I'm going to start off talking about the history of Nike. Nike was founded by Bill Bowerman and Phil Knight in 1964 and was originally called Blue Ribbon Sports. And what they did was they sold Asics shoes out of the back of their car boot at track meets. And in their first year of business, they made $8,000 in revenue, and by their second year, they'd made 20,000. This rapid growth meant by 1967, they were able to enter the East Coast of America, setting up a shop itself. And by 1971, they'd launched their own shoes with the iconic Nike swoosh. And finally, by 1980, Nike had a 50% share in all US athletics. From here, Nike was able to enter the global market through a number of different mediums. First of all, they formed sponsorship agreements with different teams from different sports at all different levels, which got their brand name to be known much better across the globe. Secondly, they used product innovation to become the product leader in their field. For example, using air pockets technology in their shoes, which was later copied and they further enhanced to create their Air Max range, which is still around today. Finally, acquisitions also helped them enter the global market as they were able to purchase different companies such as Hurley, Converse, and at the time Umbro, which they've now sold. As a brand, Nike's expanded massively from its athletic days as it's moved into a large number of different sports, including football, rugby, golf, and also tennis, for example. And it's also made a number of lifestyle ranges, such as their Nike leisure wear and their Nike skateboarding clothes as well. From there, also, they've remained in contact with their old brand, and such products such as their Nike Air and Nike Running have remained a massive part of the company. However, they have brought in new products such as self-lacing shoes, which they will be releasing later on this year under the Nike Mag range. Nike uses different forms of advertisement to promote itself. For example, the use of celebs is a massive part of Nike's advertisement campaigns. For example, having different athletes under their name and wearing their clothing ranges. However, this has also caused issues for them in the past. For example, they used to sponsor Oscar Pistorius and Tiger Woods, who have both come under personal controversy, which has reflected badly upon the company. Also, the Nike has created their "Just Do It" slogan, which has remained in contact, directly in contact with the company and its name. And furthermore, Nike were the first company to use multimedia marketing, whereby they used internet marketing and email broadcasting. This leads me on to the different types of marketing orientations that Nike uses. And Nike itself as a brand actually uses a combination of all four different orientations. For example, they use a product orientation with their innovation, such as their self-lacing shoes, as mentioned before, and having a range of products. In terms of their sales production, they have Nike warehouse stores, which sell extra inventory that they've had made due to their production orientation, which they use, whereby they use factories in developing countries such as Mexico and Vietnam to mass produce their items, and everything that is not sold initially in their stores is taken to warehouses where they're sold at discounted prices. However, Nike does put the customer first, even when looking at their warehouse stores. For example, you do get money back on dissatisfaction, or if you need to change clothes, even when buying them at a discounted price. They also provide the opportunity for personalization of clothing and shoes and different things, from the base of actually designing your own patterns or simply just having your name placed on the sides of your shoes. Nike uses this combined approach to the marketing orientations due to the reason of wanting to stay ahead of their competitors. Their two main competitors in terms of market share are Under Armour and Adidas, who they actually have a much greater market share compared to. And the nearest company below them is Li-Ning, who are growing massively at the moment due to their use of sales in terms of badminton and other sports in Asia. And so Nike is looking to remain in competitive contact with them. In terms of growth, Nike's market share has increased from 17% in 2011 to 22.8% in 2016, and Nike's growth is expected, in terms of market share, is expected to increase to 27.2% by 2020, and this is a massive increase in their market share of the last few years, and clearly shows from this that their consumers are pleased with what they are producing, and therefore remaining loyal. But this also means that obviously new customers are coming in, as there's an increase in their market share predicted and has been occurring since 2011, and obviously therefore there have been issues as well though with Nike which have clearly not been made such a big of an impact, as for example with their production orientation. Their use of child labour in terms of accusations has brought them down in certain areas. However, Nike has tried their best to get rid of these issues by releasing their statements, and they've also, but however, even though they've been trying to do this and make changes, in 2011, from Nike's statement themselves, they've confirmed that 2/3 of their factories in China were not up to the standards they wished to have upheld. Leading on from this, the government is a stakeholder in Nike. They have quite a positive relationship at the moment, as Nike wishes to make itself seem as a company interested in sustainability and the use of recycling of their products, and making sure that they go green as green as they can as a company. And therefore they've been sponsoring certain US government initiatives for sustainability and increased sustainability, and therefore they're trying to show that they are a company that creates products for the future, and that will remain a company that is looking after the earth and basically looking after the carbon footprint, which many of their stakeholders wish for them to have. Finally, in terms of shareholders, Nike shares increased drastically from February 2009 up until November 15th, 2015, whereby Nike went from a share price of $10 to $67. However, this has decreased since, up until the 7th of November. However, with their predictive growth in terms of market share and their continued acquisitions, for example with Hurley and Converse, shareholders will be happy as long as this growth is sustained and made. And although this seems to be the case due to the use of a mixed orientation that Nike's taken, which has made them such a successful business in their market, and which has made them their market leader, and why they've remained that market leader for so long. Thank you.